What's going on, people of the future? Hold on. I'm thirsty. Alright, so the coolest thing. I just figured out the coolest thing. Check this out, right? So I wake up this morning, and I'm like cooking, and I'm like cooking eggs, and like the eggs keep smashing, and the egg, the eggshells are like, they're getting in the eggs, and it's pissing me off, man. And I've been like really psychotic for like 2 days now because like my roommate really pissed me the frick off, right? So I'm like, and I'm thinking about like fucking killing him, and and I'm like enjoying it, and I'm like, yes, and I'm getting angry, and I'm like, yes, right? And then I'm like, why do I continue to live with this person? Like, I could definitely move. Like, there's somebody in my life that wants me to like move in with them, but like I refuse to move in with this other person because I enjoy being here in this place with this roommate that makes me psychotic. And then I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, why do I keep like putting up with this person that like makes me psychotic? And he doesn't necessarily do anything to me to make me psychotic. I just want to fucking kill him, right? So it's just like, I'm like, why do I stay here? And then and then I was just like, I think I like being psychotic. Like, I think I need that in my life. Because I'd be bored without it. Like, life would be too easy. And I think I would get bored. Like, if I was in an environment that was too loving, and like everything was just okay all the time, I think I'd be bored out of my freaking mind. And then I'm like, well, Winterow, why don't you try? Why don't you try like living somewhere that's just loving? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm like kind of too much like Dostoevsky, like where I need to feel the need to like murder people, or just need that edge where I just become like psychotic and angry, you know. Like, regardless if I murder the person or not, I probably won't. But I just want to feel like I want to murder somebody. It's so weird. And it's just like, if I remove that from my life, the desire, the feeling that I want to kill people or a person, like, I don't feel like I will be enjoying my life. I think like I would be so bored with things. Like I seriously would be like, well, this sucks. I think that's why I've always liked alcohol, because like when things in my life get really, normal and everything's going good and everything's hunky dory, I'm like, let me get messed up, let me get drunk, and like see what that like, like how it like freaks up my life a little bit, because I need my life to be a little freaked up right now. Yeah. Can't stand normalcy, man. I fucking hate. I'm sorry to curse, but I think I don't like it. Like, I think I need something, like something to bite on. And then I thought about like my past relationships, and like how like if I'd be dating somebody that was like very loving and everything was okay, like sometimes I would like look at them like I was like going into psychotic mode. And I had this one girlfriend. It was really funny. Like, I needed to bring that into the relationship for no reason. Like, the girl would be totally normal. Like, she would be loving. She would be like a good girlfriend. But like sometimes I would just turn. And I remember I had this one girlfriend, and we were in the library together. And we were just like sitting there, and I just started to drift. And like I looked at her, and like I had like, and she was just like, and she looked at me, and she's like, I know that face. And she like just got her books together, and she got out of her chair, and she walked out of the library, and she went home, because she realized I was becoming the psychotic person just by like my face changing. Fuck. And she realized that I would eventually get over it, because I can't stay psychotic for that long. Like, I eventually snap out of it, because I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, like, how long can you stay psychotic? So eventually I snap out of it and I become a loving person again. Because like the true nature of beings is to be loving, right? So like eventually, like, you slip into the psychosis being a psychotic person, and you're just like, ah, yeah. And like, dude, it's crazy, man. Like when I go to like mental institutions for being psychotic and for being homicidal and wanting to kill like mass groups of people, like I've been to like mental institutions 5 times for wanting to kill people, and sometimes like mass groups of people, like wanting to like, like I remember this one time I was in the airport and I was thinking about like how many guns I could get and like how easy it would be for me to get them, and I would just start killing everyone, like even children and women. I would just fucking slaughter them all. And when I went into the mental institution that time for that, like they started to realize that like every time I started to talk about being homicidal and wanting to kill people, like I would change into the psychotic person. Like I have a split personality. So like as soon as I start talking about him, like I start becoming him. So like the people I spent like 30 days there that time in the mental institution. So the people in the mental institution like had a rule for me. They're like, you can't talk about becoming him, because as soon as you start, as soon as you start talking about becoming him, as soon as you start talking about like, like how it feels or like who he is or like even talking about him, like you become him because you like him so much, and you're just like, it's so fucking weird. Sorry to curse, but like, man, I get off on it. Like I love him. It's so weird. Like, and I still can't figure out why he exists. I really can't. Like, I kind of try to touch on it in the book, in the description below, by the way, in Amazon for $1. Shit only sold like 3 copies, I swear to God. No, what did I put? No, I only make like 33. Who cares? But anyways, I don't even care, man. I don't need money. But like, because I'm like, I live on rice. I don't care about money, man. Yeah, dude, I actually enjoy being poor. It's so weird. If I had money, I would just give it to people. Here's some money, man. So yeah, so like, what was I saying? Yeah. So I try to touch on it in the book, like why I like enjoy him so much, or like why I am him, and originally I thought maybe it was because like he had to protect the 3 year old, because I also like another personality I have is a 3 year old. So because that's when like my severe trauma happened, and my absent seizures began, right? So I just go into him, like nothing has to happen, like sometimes I just like go into that person, right? So and sometimes it's disassociation when like things are like a little too chaotic, and like I'll eventually fall into that person, or if I'm around really unloving people, I'll like fall into that person, the 3 year old. So eventually, like when I'm like the 3 year old, I become like suicidally depressed, or all I want to do is love people, and like I don't understand why people can't be loving, and then like eventually I can't be the 3 year old for very long. Like sometimes I'm the 3 year old for days. Sometimes I could be the 3 year old for like hours. Long long extended periods of time. If I don't have to leave the house, I could stay in the 3 year old. And then if I am the 3 year old, and if somebody comes across unloving, or if somebody like starts to look at me, like if I'm like taking a walk and I'm the 3 year old, and somebody's coming towards me, and they give me like judgmental eyes, like they're better than me, or I'm a piece of shit, like I go right into the psychotic person. Like it's like in like not even a second. Like I go from a 3 year old to a fucking psychotic killer, because I'm like, how dare you fucking have the goddamn right to fucking judge me? I'll slit your goddamn fucking throat. And I would fucking I'd slit anybody's motherfucking throat. I don't get, dude, and that's the thing, I don't fucking value human life. And I fucking slit anybody's goddamn throat. Anybody's. I was telling my buddy the other day, like I have like the desire to kill so much in me. Like my shadow, my Carl Jung shadow is so deep, and I've been in solitude so much, and I understand him so much, that I could seriously slit somebody's throat and have them laying down on the ground in front of me 10 feet away, and I could care less. I could just look at them, not feel any goddamn emotion. But then, eventually, this is the problem. When I'm done being that psychotic person, and I return to the 3-year-old, or I return to, like, just say, like, an average person, because I don't know how many personalities I have. Say, like, say I return to, and like in the book I say I have 4, but I definitely have more than that. Like I have like this confident person that like works out every day, and like, walks the street, and shoulders high and all that bullshit, and he's the survival person. And I don't know, but like, and I'm him quite a bit, because I realize that if I'm not the survival guy, if I'm not the confident guy, that's why I fucking have to work out every goddamn day, so I could look like a goddamn average person. It's fucking annoying. It's annoying. It's nauseating. But like, I know that if I have a nice body, and like I appear confident, and I got these big freaking traps, then like people will just be like, he's got his act together. Don't judge him. Because I know that if I walk down the street and I don't appear confident, and I don't have a nice goddamn muscular body, and I don't look like I have my act together, people are gonna judge me, and then I'm gonna want to slit their fucking throats. It's such a fucking mess, man. It's like trying to control these fucking personalities that I go into, like all these fucking split personalities. And the shitty thing is like, if they have arrested me for these videos because they go like way over the fucking edge about me talking about being a psychopath, they would interview me. They would bring me into a fucking police station or an FBI station, and they would like interview me, and they'd be like, "This guy's fucking normal as shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, let him go. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's like the most normal person we know, that we've ever met." And that's the scariest shit. And that's helped me get through, like, grad school, have a master's degree. I'm obsessed with psychology. I'm obsessed with the psychology of other people. So, like, I seriously know how to just manipulate the fuck out of people. Like, I know so much about the human condition. Anyways, I gotta go. But, that is, like, I'm one of those scary psychopaths that could just, like, fucking, like, because I'm good at, I'm, like, fucking, I'm just, like, ninja shit. Alright, everybody, hope you're having a good day. People of the future, mad props. That's what it's like being a psychopath, by the way. That's what this video is about. Peace, later!